Okay, I do feel some of Jupiter's blessings um, today. I feel like a bit more options are opening up to me, the native, Jupiter ruled native. I got that my day is on of the yellow ray, which is Jupiter. And I have 3 Christmas trees where I'm sitting at the hospital. I'm not hospitalized, I'm just sitting there for coffee, and that's how you can get to be at a warm place and get a drink in the Netherlands in the lockdown if you're homeless. Um, so I options are sort of beginning to come up. Like I even saw an advertisement for doggy sitting services, and I love dogs. This is like my daytime job, to be doggy sitter, and it's far from Amsterdam. It's about 30 minutes ride, but I don't mind. I just don't know how will it work with me being homeless and such. But hey, that's something. I don't know if they'll call me back. And then I have had a couple of people who may be willing to help me to return to Israel and actually find a place where I can be. But there are still like holes in the plan because I don't have where to stay when I reach Israel, or how to go from the airport to any place, because this is something very weird about the Israeli airport, Ben Gurion airport. You can come in, if you're Israeli, you can come in with the train if you come to the airport from Israel. But if you are landing from abroad, the only way to get to the nearest bus station, which is an hour from the airport, is by taxi or car, if you have a car, if you somehow have a car. And I'm like, that's so strange. Like, why can't you just, take the train like any normal place? I mean, even here in Schiphol, when I arrived at Schiphol, I took the train, which makes sense. Like, you would need to have a train or a bus or something, form of public transportation. So I don't know why is that in Israel. This is a very big mess because it's like at least an hour taxi, which is very costly. Like, I think I paid more than 100 shekels, which is like at least 30-40 euros for just the cab to take me to the PCR test and back next to the airport. That's huge. That's like a ton of money. And that was not even the nearest bus station. And the bus station is like an hour drive. That was only a couple of minutes. So, yeah, so there are like holes in the whole system. But I do see things kind of lining up, like solutions begin to form, options begin to form that are viable, that can be viable and sustainable if enough details gather up to create a solution. So I'm open to staying here, or to move to Israel, or to move to Sedona and open a crystal shop or work at a crystal shop. I'm very open to that too. But I am feeling better. I am feeling like there are more people around, and there's a bit of a sense of relief. I even have like a safe space to be, which is like the hospital. And there was that fear that people would say, oh, you need to get out, you're not a patient, you're not this, you're not that. But it was also like, okay, I'm just sitting here for a whole day on my phone, working and finding work and finding solutions, and it feels more human than to walk in the streets with my luggage, freezing cold, and so in a couple of hours I will return to the hotel where we stay as homeless in the night, which is only due to the corona and the cold. But right now it's not so cold, so it's only due to the corona. And yeah, there's a lot that I am receiving, and there's a lot of help that I am receiving. And I still believe that we need to do for us and to nourish ourselves and to take steps towards our dreams. Um, and I'm also not being, you know, not presenting a rose-colored glasses show, because unfortunately, even when you leave abuse, there is still a road to go before you find ease. And although there can be a lot of help, there will also very likely to be a lot of places that want to abuse you or to put you into human trafficking or so. So yeah, that is true, and that is true, and I wish I could say anything more optimistic about that, but I am feeling a bit better. And this crystal was given to me by someone who actually works at the hostel. She's studying therapy in art therapy, and she's into like spirituals and stuff and crystals, and wears crystals herself. So when she heard I'm a holistic health practitioner, she gave me that, and that was very beautiful, a beautiful gift from a kind person that you know that you run into. You know, on the one hand, we are required to take our luggage in the morning and travel with that, and we have no place to stay, and it's a bit far from everything. On the other hand, we do have people who are trying to make the stay more gezellig, like more cozy. So yeah, there are a lot of gaps before any sustainable plan for people who are leaving, you know, home or a job or a country even, if they didn't receive help. There are a lot of gaps, and I hope that will change, and I hope that sharing this story can reach people and increase awareness, because anybody can be homeless anytime. I see now with the COVID, it's been 2 years and many people have had to handle homelessness. And sustainable solutions need to be, because if we are to rehabilitate ourselves and return to the working market and return to labor as human beings and not, you know, in human trafficking, then there needs to be the time to heal, even the time to do less and receive help more. For me, all was very sudden and very quick, and still is, and that's just, you know, another humbling experience of life. But I hope for the blessings of Jupiter to help me find, you know, happy residence and happy workplace and career and happy community life, and continue to share my journey here, and hopefully do more of what I'm, you know, competent and passionate about. That's vlogging, that's sharing astrology videos, that's doing readings, aromatherapy and crystal healing, and more of the stuff that I'm made for. Maybe even singing and writing again, who knows.